The ingredient that Dave gave us was Warabi Starch. Warabi mochi is the traditional use for it, where they cook it with just water and sugar. And that sets up this kind of slimy, dumplingy kind of shape that then they drop into ice water. It's eaten as a traditional dessert in Japan. So just a thickener, really. We like the gumminess of the texture. It's just that it's so soft it almost comes off as kind of snotty. So it's you know, the Japanese and the textures, you know, they like the weird texture. We've actually used gelatin to kind of bolster it up, and we actually get a gummy bear kind of like texture to it, so it still has the stretch that you get from the starch, but it's got a little bit more appealing mouthfeel, at least as far as a Western palate's concerned. So we've got the Warabi starch itself. We've got our two clarifications that we made. One of them's clementine juice we just filtered by using agar-agar, and then we've got a mussel consomme that we've kind of made by traditional means. Cook the mussels off, reserve all the liquid from it, fortify it with more mussels that are taken out of the shell, let that simmer for about a half an hour, take that out, and then clarify that with egg whites, more chopped up mussels, The Warabi starch itself activates really simply. The whole thing gets cloudy just off of the starch. We're going to put it on the stove. Starting to get this activated, so once it comes up really quickly. When I'm dealing with you know, odd starches, or what I would consider a rather modern approach, like a kind of gummy set into a circle, I try to have something that's reminiscent that people can connect to. So orange and mussel, mussel and citrus in general just made sense to us and kind of gives us a reference point that people can identify with. You can see it sticking to the side. When you're at full density, at 25% for the dessert, I mean, the whole thing just pulls off of the side of the pan. It's bizarre looking. It's like Ghostbuster stuff. Then we're going to take that, put it in the bag. Okay. So this just gives us an easy transfer. Our squeeze bottle. From here we've got some silicone hemispheric molds that we're gonna try to fill just to where we're at the very top of the mold. So we're trying to get a flush surface. So we're gonna put them into the blast freezer here to get them to seize up, and then we'll be able to kick them out. So this will probably be the last time I'm using Warabi starch. It's genuinely interesting to know. It's an extremely unique texture. I'll show you guys, but it's snotty. It's really creepy. You know, it's a bizarre texture. So for this powder that we made that we're going to put on the outside, we've taken mussels, cooked them off very quickly. Then we're dehydrating, and then from there we put it into a blender just to get a fine powder out of it. And then in regard to the orange powder, real straightforward. Peeled orange, take the pith off of that, and then we start playing around with the ratio there that we did 2:1 mussel to orange, so we get hence our mussel orange powder. Travis and I kind of figured out that you rub them down a little bit, and then we're going to fuse the two together, and we're just going to use our hands a little bit just to warm up the sides there. It's actually kind of fun. It's kind of like candy making. That's our little finalized shape. We're just going to put a little touch of our clarified clementine liquid on top. Our mussel and orange gummy. Actually, the texture is quite good. Yeah, the texture is pretty good. Yeah. It started out and the texture was really bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just played around with it. It's muscling. I think it's getting out of control. I think it's getting crazy with these with these ingredients that I've seen, and I thought that it would be nice to just return to forced creativity with something as mundane as celery. That you know, I think the world of Ryan and his cooking, and I know that he's really an old schooler, just kind of like I am. So I'm excited to see what he does with celery.